Guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. This is day 2 of home series stuff. Currently at the house right now. I have people working in the house right now. I'm getting sensors installed in my garage. I'm having my garage door opener fixed, and then I have my carpenter that's on his way here to help me do an accent wall in the master bedroom. So I'm gonna be here pretty much all day, but I just wanted to come in and thank you guys so much for all your nice comments and everything that you left on my last video. I really appreciate all the love. Yeah, I look rough right now, but this is how I'm gonna be looking for the next couple of days until I get this house situated. But yeah, just a lot going on today. So I've got my casual fit because we getting dirty. I'm getting dirty. I'm getting my hands dirty. I am gonna be building stuff. Hopefully I don't break anything, but yeah, thank you guys. And also, like, some of you are asking for if I'm gonna give a house tour and all of that. I don't plan to. Obviously through this process you're going to see different aspects of the house, but I really just want to soak in this moment and just appreciate God for everything that He's done for me. I don't want to give a house tour because there's a longer plan for this house. At some point I'm planning on turning it into something else, so I'm not planning on giving a house tour, but of course you're going to see different things as time goes on. You're going to see different aspects of the house, but I just want to appreciate God right now and enjoy this moment and enjoy this season that I'm in. But no house tour for now. It's a cute house. It's a big house, but that's all y'all need to know. But let me go check, because you know when you got people working and they know that you're a female, they don't really be doing things the way they're supposed to. I should have got my dad in here, but he's not. He had to work today, but so I gotta go make sure things are getting done right. But no house tour for now, but I'll definitely share things with you guys along the way. But yeah, just wanted to say that real quick. They're starting with the accent wall. They just drew the outline. It's coming together. I love it. I love it. The wall is finally done, so we're just gonna let it dry. But you guys, it looks so good. I can't wait to put all the furniture in here. And yeah, next we're gonna do the living room, but it's gonna be a different color, but I love it. Hey you guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. So since the last time you guys saw me, we were doing the accent wall in the master bedroom. I'm back at the house. Today is my day off. I feel like on my days off I've been spending time here trying to get things done. So I'm at the house right now. They ended up doing the accent wall for the living room, which I love, you guys. It is so pretty. So the TV is gonna go there in the middle. It just looks so good. Let me show y'all. Like, it is giving a modern. I love it. I love it. They did such a good job. So I'm thinking about putting, so obviously TV's gonna go here, and then I'm gonna get some of those lamps, wall lamps, to go on each side, so that will look cute. But yeah, I just wanted to touch base with you guys. I do have some guys coming over to help me install fixtures in the kitchen cabinets. I found them on Instagram. They're like a Dallas-based family business. They're called Cairo Cabinetry. If you guys have ever heard of them, let me know. But they're supposed to be here at 10. Currently it's 9:36, I think. So yeah, this house is in shambles. Got bar stools that need to be fixed. So these are the bar stools I got. Definitely goes with the whole aesthetics, you know, cream and then black and then gold on the handles. But yeah, so for the kitchen fixtures, I'm wanting black handles. Just really nice, modern, chic handles. So they're gonna come and they're gonna pull out the handles and all of this. I'll show you guys that process. He's supposed to be here at 10. Like I said, it is currently 9:44. So maybe 20 minutes or so. And they're gonna do that, and then I need to get this house cleaned. I don't know, the floors are driving me nuts, but I need to clean the floors and, you know, try and spritz it up a little bit. But I'm trying to get all of the work done before I get cleaners to come in here and deep clean it. Also, I kind of want to move most of the furniture in. That way when the cleaners do come, then, you know, I don't want us moving stuff and then making more of a mess and then they have to clean it again. But yeah, it's coming together. I think once the fixtures are put in, then I will feel a lot more better. Then we can start moving in furniture and all that good stuff. Also, our fridge did arrive. It looks so good, you guys. Ended up getting a brand new fridge from Best Buy. It looks really good. I just went for the classic stainless steel appliance, you know, just this. That's the fridge right there. It's giving what it needs to give. Obviously completely empty right now, but you know, well, I guess it does have the champagne from when we closed on the house. But yeah, lots of space for veggies, and then, you know, temperature stuff right here, ice maker. So yeah, I love it. 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 And then this is the pantry that needs to be organized. I haven't showed you guys, but this is the pantry. I still need to get stuff and just organize it. So I have quite a bit of room, but and that's as much as y'all getting for a house tour, because I told you I'm not giving a house tour. You got to see the pantry and that's about it. But yeah, so I'm really excited and I'm just really happy and I just feel really blessed, and you know, things are coming together. But I'm gonna wait for the guys to come in and do what they gotta do with the cabinets. Like I said, I'll show you guys the process once they get here. But I'm excited because I feel like once the fixtures are in, then this place is really going to transform, which I'm excited about. Yes, 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 yes. But how have y'all been? Like, what's been going on? I do want to share something with you guys, just, you know, a little story, because every time I come to this house, y'all, I just feel so humbled and so blessed for many reasons. And I feel like now that it's still, you know, empty, I have a lot of time to just look around and think and just reflect as I move around, go outside, go to each room, and you know, I have time to just look at my space and just say, wow, God, thank you. So it's a really humbling experience. It's a really humbling feeling. But I just kind of want to tell you guys that for me to get to this place, it took a lot. It took a lot of tears. It took a lot of work. It took a lot of just trusting in God. And like I told you guys in my last video, that there's really nothing that God cannot do. When you're believing and trusting God for something, He's going to make it happen. But you just have to believe it. So like I was saying, there's something that's just kind of been in my spirit and it's just been pressing at me. And I feel as though God is leading me to share with you guys. Like I said, on my days off, like today I'm off. For those of you who don't know, I am a registered nurse. I work here in Dallas, Texas at one of the big hospitals here in Dallas. And I am truly blessed and fortunate to be in that position. But over this last week of just doing a lot of self-reflecting, there's just been things that have been pressing in my mind, and God has just been putting it there for me to minister to somebody. I don't know who this message is for. I don't know who it's going to touch, but my hope is that even if it's one person, I hope that you feel encouraged through the story that I'm about to share with you guys. If you've been following me on YouTube for a while, then you know that I have taken a few sabbaticals. I like to call them sabbaticals, where I just take long periods of time off. Some of them have been because I've been in school, and other reasons have been life was just lifing. And sometimes when life is lifing, YouTube is the last thing on your mind. and that's just that. So as I sit here now, a homeowner, and I'm sitting here in this big old house, and I'm looking around and I'm like, wow, all of this belongs to me. I'm humbled, and I have cried a few times, and I'm sure I'm gonna keep crying. But the reason I'm humbled is because there was a period in my time, there was a period in my life where I literally had nowhere to go, where I literally had no one to turn to. I was on the verge of sleeping in my car with a 1-year-old baby. And I'm sharing this story with you guys because I want you to be encouraged in whatever situation you are right now in life. I want you to know that where you are is not permanent. This is just a stepping stone to where God is taking you to. Where you are right now is not your final destination, it's not your final bus stop. Just know that where you're going is going to be beautiful. But had somebody told me that back then, I would have laughed in your face. This was like over maybe 4 years ago, 3-4 years ago. I found myself just not knowing where to go. My parents, unfortunately, were going through a divorce, and as you know, if you're a product of divorce, you know that divorce not only affects the parents, the adults, but it also affects children. Children also go through a divorce. The same time the parents are going through it, the children too are going through it. And then that was happening, and then my personal relationship was just not working. It was toxic. And then I was in the process of trying to get into nursing school. I was in the process of applying, and I was not hearing anything back. Everything that could possibly go wrong was just going wrong. I barely had any money in my account. Nothing was functioning at that time. This was like 4 or 5 years ago. And more like 5 years ago, because Ari is 6. And this happened like when she was like 1 year old. And nothing was happening, and I was at a point of just giving up. I wanted to give up on life. I just wanted to give up in general. My parents going through a divorce, everything was just affecting me in such a strong way. And so I found myself not really having anywhere to go, not having a house at the time, not having an apartment. Like I said, my relationship was toxic at the time, and nothing was working out. And I ended up with the 1-year-old in the back seat, my clothes in trash bags, her clothes in trash bags, few suitcases, just driving around endlessly. And I remember one of my closest friends, Anika, till this day, we ended up staying at her house. She was like, no, you're not just gonna drive around, you're gonna come. So her and her aunt ended up taking me in. I ended up staying at her house for a couple of days with Aria. And that was the bottom that was like rock bottom for me. I would try not to get emotional, but I knew I would. That was rock bottom for me because I never imagined myself to be in that type of situation where I would have nowhere to go. And so now, as I sit here and I look at this house and I look at how far God has brought me, I'm humbled because I realized that every difficult moment that I went through was to get me here. Every heartbreak, every disappointment, every closed door was to get me here. So while I was at Anika's house, I was there for a couple of days. The last money in my bank account is what I used to buy a ticket to Canada. I went to Canada. I told myself I was just going to go back to Canada. I had my job in Canada. I was just going to relocate. I was just going to stay in Canada. But, man plans and God laughs. And when God has a path for you and when He has places that He wants you to be, He's going to make you uncomfortable. So while I was in Canada, it was cool for a little bit, but then I got my acceptance letter. I get a letter in the email saying you've been accepted to the nursing program here in Dallas. So now I'm like, okay, this is what I wanted to do. I've always wanted to be a nurse. This, like, my goals were finally happening, and this is a way for me to be able to take care of my child, you know. So I had to make the decision to come back to Dallas. And when I came back to Dallas, I ended up staying with my dad for a bit because he now had his own place. So I ended up staying with my dad and then going to school at the same time. If you haven't watched my nursing school journey, I encourage you to watch it, especially if you're a single mom. That period of my life was difficult. The program I got accepted into was the LVN program. I had applied to not just the RN, but I also applied to LVN. I got accepted into the LVN first, and I was on the wait list for the RN. But at that point in my life, I was like, I just need a stable income. I just need something to be able to not only support myself, but support this child that God has given me. So I ended up going for the LVN program. I did all of that. And the school was 2 hours away from where my dad lived. So that meant childcare. How am I going to do with childcare? The minute I thought, okay, this is not going to be possible, God made a way. Like I said, if you haven't watched that video, I encourage you to. So I ended up going to school Monday through Friday. And then on Fridays, I would drive back 2 hours here in Dallas, pick up my child from daycare, spend the weekend with her, Sunday after church, drop her off back at daycare, and go back. And I did that for a full year until the LVM program was over. But that's just a little backstory. But I'm sharing this with you guys as a means of encouragement, as a means of, I want you to know that where you are right now is not permanent. And I'm sitting here now, 30 years old, financially stable by the grace of God, a homeowner, a proud mom, and I realized that every hurdle, every stone, every closed door, everything that I went through was for me to get to this moment. I went from literally being homeless, having nowhere to go to owning this beautiful home. And that really humbles me. And it just goes to show how beautiful God is in his way and how perfect his timing is. And I'm saying this to encourage somebody out there that no matter what you're going through, you just gotta keep going. You just gotta keep going. You just gotta keep pushing. You just gotta keep knocking on doors. You just gotta keep fighting. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be difficult. But don't give up. Don't give up. And it took me now at age 30 to realize that when God is getting ready to bless you, he will make you so uncomfortable. The friends that you thought you had will all of a sudden vanish. The family you thought you had is not going to be as supportive. The finances, the little finances you have all of a sudden is going to be like, where is my money? And that is just God's way of getting ready to bless you. And I realize now that if I didn't go through all those things I went through, if I had all the support around me, if I had all these friends around me, if my bank account was as good as it could be, and then God blessed me, I would not appreciate it as much, because it's like, okay, well, I didn't lose anything. I'm still getting blessed. I would not appreciate it as much. But when God wants to bless you, he will make you so uncomfortable. Not because he wants you to suffer, but because you appreciate the blessing when it arrives, By me being in a place where I had nothing, literally, and I'm having to work my way up, I appreciate my now so much more because I know where I'm coming from. You know what I mean? And so if you're in a situation where you're like, man, life is lifing right now. Everything that could go wrong is possibly going wrong. Just know that your breakthrough is coming. Your breakthrough is around the corner. Your breakthrough is coming, and you just have to have patience. You have to have faith. You have to believe that it's coming, and when it comes, it's going to be perfect. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be everything you ever wanted and more. But it takes patience. It takes time. It takes perseverance. It takes shutting out the outside world and focusing on what you have in front of you. It takes being humble. And I don't know. This has just been in my heart. I never thought that I would share this at any point. But the older I get, the more I realize that every circumstance and every situation I've ever gone through has been God's way of preparing me to one day share my story. Being a single mom was never something I had planned for myself or something that I envisioned, but I realized that I had to go through that phase so that one day I can sit on this platform and encourage other single moms out there. You know, sharing this story with you guys, I had to go through that phase of not having anything so that I can be here to share this story with you guys. So every phase you go through in your life, use it as a teaching moment to encourage somebody else. There's going to be somebody that's go through the same thing you're going through right now. But this is your moment to take all these things that you're going through, use it as life lessons, use it as tools where you can come back and encourage that brother and encourage that sister and encourage that child to, you know what, I went through what you're going through. I understand what you're going through. This is how I dealt with it. And I hope that my experience can help you move on. And that's just life. And that's what I'm realizing now is that everything I went through was predestined. Everything I went through was meant to happen so that not to only make me strong, but so that I can be a blessing to somebody else, so that my story can be a testimony for somebody else. And y'all, I just want to come on here and tell you that there's literally nothing that God cannot do. And like I always say, I'm not here to summarize you guys, but just to share my story a little bit with you guys and to tell you that when you have faith and you believe and you trust and you work hard at things, like, sky's your limit. Even the sky is not your limit. You can go above and beyond. There's nothing that he cannot do. And this life is just preparing us for what's to come. And everything we go through is to prepare us for what's to come. And at that moment, like I said, if somebody had told me back then that, blessing, one day you're going to be a homeowner, one day you're going to look back at the situation and laugh and be so thankful, I would have said, you don't know what you're talking about. That's truly what I would have said. But I am so grateful. I am so appreciative. Like I said, I've been coming here on my days off to try to get the house together so we can finally move in. And every time I walk through these doors, I am brought to tears. I am brought to tears because it's like, look what God has done. Look how far he's brought me. Just look. You know, to be able to see my child run around and she's excited and she's like, Mommy, this is going to be my room and this is how I want my wall and this is the decorations that I want and this is and this and this and this, and just see the excitement in her face and knowing that God made this possible for me to be able to put that smile on her face is everything. It is everything. It's everything. It makes everything worthwhile. You know, because I always say that I struggled for a long time to find my purpose. Like, God, what am I created for? What is it that you want me to do? And I'm still on that journey of finding my purpose and finding myself. But I truly believe that my purpose is not just to be a mom and a good mom, but to be a source of motivation to other people. I work in a field where I see people die on a daily basis, where I see people struggling, where I see people at their most vulnerable. That is my ministry. That is my ministry, to use not to project my life experiences onto my patients, absolutely not. But that is where I can use empathy and say, you know what, I'm here for you. I am here not just as your nurse, but as a listener. I'm here to listen to you. If you want to cry, cry. If you want to hold my hand, hold my hand. If you want me to stand here and just be quiet while you vent, I can do that too. And I'm realizing that I am in a field, I am in a position that allows me to serve, not just through my YouTube channel by me sharing my story and praying to God that it encourages somebody, but even in my workplace. And like I said, the Bible tells us, do not despise little beginnings, do not despise humble beginnings, for a reason, because only God knows where He's taking you. Only God knows where He's taking you. The plans that you think you have for yourself, oh, you just wait. You just wait. When you make that decision to surrender everything to God and just say, you know what, God, it's on you now. It's on you. Lead me. Tell me where you want me to go. Show me where you want me to go. Things just begin to align. Things just begin to move. And even in the midst of going through everything I was going through, not having a place to go to, going to Canada and then coming back, and I was able to go through nursing school effortlessly. And it's not because I'm like super smart. It's not because I'm a genius. It's not because of anything. But it's because I realized that at that point I had grace. And grace will open doors for you. I had grace. I had grace from God. What some of my classmates were finding difficult, God was making it easy for me. And that's because that was my season. Grace will speak for you. Grace will speak for you. And grace has brought me this far. Favor has brought me this far. And I don't take that for granted. Everything I have today, I am fully aware that it is through the grace of God. It is through the favor of God. And that's why this whole thing for me is humbling. And it just makes me emotional. And I just really wanted to share this story with you guys. I know it's something that I've never shared, but I am in this phase of my life where I've always been an open book, but I want to continue to be open in the right ways, to use my life experiences and share with you guys, to encourage you guys. Like I said, don't give up. It's hard. It is hard. You're going to cry. You're going to ask why. Why me? You're going to cry. But when God is done with you, it's going to be perfect. Everything will be worthwhile. Do not despise where you are. If you are doing delivery and you're driving from left to right, that's just what you have to do for this season. But that doesn't mean that's going to be your forever. Work hard where you are and just leave the rest up to God. But I just really wanted to come on here and share that with you guys. And just tell you guys, I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I don't know. I'm grateful, y'all. I never thought that I'd be here today. So it means a lot to be able to do this. Not just for myself, but for my child. It means a lot. And I went into this year telling myself that I'm going to be a homeowner this year. That was my New Year's resolution. And I told myself that I am going to work hard and I'm going to make it happen. And I wrote that in my diary. And I've always told you guys, if you followed my channel for a while, you know I am a big believer in writing things that you want to manifest in this life. I am a big believer in writing them down. I believe that when you write things down, they come to pass. When you write things down, you're able to see it every day. You meditate over it, you pray over it. It comes to pass. So yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to share that with you guys and just encourage somebody out there that don't give up. It's gonna be hard, but your joy is coming. Your joy is coming. Your breakthrough is coming. And if you're in a situation where you are just feeling like nothing is working right now, that is your season of being uncomfortable. God has to separate you from the outside world. He has to block all the noise around you so that you can appreciate Him when He's done. He has to do that. Because if He allows you to continue to, receive everything and everything is going good all the time, you will not appreciate your blessings. You just won't. But when things don't go well, don't go as you planned it, you know, that's when you appreciate the blessings more. That's when you're like, wow, wow. All right, guys, so the cabinet fixtures are all done. They did such a good job. It looks so good. I went with the black fixtures, and it just makes the kitchen look different. So I definitely love it. They did it all over the kitchen. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and pack up and head out. But thank you guys so much for watching and for listening to me. And I'll see you on my next video. Bye for now.